What's up, guys? Taylor Avishon here. I hope you're all staying home and staying safe. I just kind of wanted to use this extra time to do my first in the bag, kind of show you guys what I would be throwing if I was out on the disc golf course. Before I get started with that, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Infinite for putting me on the team and kind of supporting my YouTube channel. I've got a discount code there, and also a big shout out to Flight Co. It's an apparel company out of Nashville that just kind of started up in the past few years. I'll leave a link below with a discount code for them as well. So now getting into the in the bag itself, for putting putters, I'm putting with P-Blend Myths right now. If you watched my Scarab review, I mentioned that I've been putting with those since they came out, which is true. The X-Blend plastic for me just gets a little too gummy when it gets warmer as it is now. I'll probably switch back to those when it does get cooler, but in the warm months, I like that stiffer P-Blend plastic. On to one of my personal favorites for throwing putters, a D-Blend Tune. These beat up really well to be a great hyzer flip to straight putter or just pure turnover lines as well. They really hold lines out of your hand perfectly and give you that nice kind of hyzer flip to flat confidence in tight wooded shots. I also keep a C-Blend Tune. This is used for more of that straight to slight finish putter shots off the tee. I've mentioned before, I power grip all my putter shots, so the shallow rim of the tune really works well for that. Finally, I do carry two of the new Ruins. I got one in C-Blend, the team stamp when they first came out. This is great for just pure overstable to skip, and that's also why I carry an I-Blend. The I-Blend does not skip as much when it comes into the ground, so the C-Blend for me is much more useful off the tee, a little bit more distance with it as well, and the I-Blend is very controllable just because you know kind of what it's going to do when it hits the ground. It usually kind of stops pretty well. And that's it for throwing putters. On to mid-ranges, I keep two Chariots. I have one really old one that my brother actually gave to me. This one is super understable at this point. I can throw it on a pretty big hyzer and know it's going to come up to either flat or even still finish to the right. And then just a newer one as well, just so I know it's going to hold that straight line. This is what I use for pretty much just dead straight shots. On top of those, I also carry two Raws. I carry one that's brand new for that kind of classic overstable mid-range. Know I can throw it pretty much as hard as I can, and it's going to hold straight and then just finish kind of tail off to the left. And then I keep a pretty seasoned one that just doesn't finish as hard. Pretty straight on that end and just a slight finish. From there on to fairway drivers, I carry two Sphinxes. One is pretty beat up and pretty understable. This is probably the disc that I can throw the farthest in my bag, just because I can start it on a pretty extreme hyzer, have it kind of ride to the right after that and finish back to the left, and then just a newer one, mainly just to have a backup, as well as it is a tick more stable just because it isn't as beat up. I carry an X-Out Exodus. This is kind of my workhorse fairway, what I throw more than anything for fairway shots. Very straight, really just holds the line you put it on out of your hand and is very, very trustworthy. And then I have a Scepter. Everybody's got to have that super overstable fairway driver. Approaches off the tee, I know exactly what this thing's going to do every time that I throw it. I carry one, what most people would call control driver. This is an X-Out Color Glow Aztec. This is kind of in that 10 speed between a fairway and a distance driver. This thing is super straight. Basically, anytime I want to throw an Exodus, but I want it to go 40 feet farther, this is what I'm going to throw for that. When it comes to distance drivers, I'm still a little all over the place in my bag. I carry three Emperors. I have an I-Blend that's pretty beat up. This is pretty much a roller at this point. I-Blend Emperors beat up really quickly. They start out very straight and then they just start to flip on you. Then I have a Splatter S-Blend as well as a Color Glow Emperor. These generally do the same thing for me. They're just very overstable drivers. And that's why I also keep three Pharaohs as well. So these are mainly more of the hyzer flip to straight or pure distance lines, kind of turn over out of the hand and coming back. These are really the workhorses. I have two S-Blends and then a Swirly S-Blend. The Swirly S-Blends are much more overstable. These almost kind of rival those Emperors that I have. But as far as these S-Blends, this is what I throw the most for distance driver shots just because they are the most controllable distance driver that I have. Outside of that, other things that I keep on my bag, obviously I have a whale sack on the side for grip, and then I do carry a grip equipment A-series bag. But that's just about it. If y'all have any questions about infinite molds or kind of building a full infinite bag, let me know in the comments, and thank y'all for watching.